I'm here with head interim men's basketball coach John Franklin. You guys are heading to the regional tournament. Just talk about the momentum from last week's senior night. How do you carry that same energy from that second half to the start of the game Thursday against Spurgeon?
To be honest with you, I mean, it's pretty much the same approach we have every day, every game. So nothing really changes in that. Now the stakes are a little bit higher now, and this is what everybody plays for. But as far as our approach remains consistent. It's the same every single day.
What has been the mentality of this team on the defensive side of the ball? Because in that second half against ABU, you guys really locked down defensively. So just talk about that approach heading into this tournament.
You know what? The special thing about this group is they're a resilient group. So when you talk about the defensive side, I think that shows more to our characteristic of just being very resilient. And we're a tough team to play against, to be honest with you. So I would say the perfect word for us is resilient, and it does show up in our defense at times.
Throughout this season, different guys have stepped up in different games. Just talk about the depth and how important the bench is going to be, especially in this regional tournament.
I mean, if you've ever been to one of our practices, I mean, they get very competitive, and you can see the depth that we've had. And ever since, just me being able to take over, you can tell the groundwork that Coach Coleman, he laid. And you could tell one of the foundations was depth. It was strength in numbers. So you see that every single day in practice. So when we get to the game, there's no surprise about, hey, if we need certain people to step up, they're ready, because it all happens in practice.
Does the routine stay the same heading into the postseason? Do you keep the same approach you have all regular season, just another game, or how do you communicate that to your guys?
I don't like the phrase necessarily just another game, because you never want to take anything for granted. So every game has a purpose, has a meaning behind it. Now, for some, they'll look at this because it is like the playoffs, and it does mean a little bit more just because it's win or go home. But our approach stays the same. We stay consistent. I believe that's the best way to approach it.
And my last question for you, this group of guys, they've done a lot for this program. They've laid the foundation for future guys. I mean, what's it going to be like coaching them on this level, this stage, this weekend?
No different than any other. It's been special since day one. And I told the guys the other day in the locker room, it's just been a lot of joy to be able to coach them. So to be able to coach them at this stage, on this stage right here, I can tell you right now, it's not just going to be me, it's not just going to be them, but it'll be the spirit of Coach Coleman, though, that is running through all of us.